A very good evening. It is 3 minutes to the top of the hour, 8:57 p.m. East African time, and just on time for the news. Look up news, and of course we have you covered on all matters current affairs, from the politics to matter security, and of course a lot of sporting action. Welcome to the broadcast. Before we get into all the business, here are our top stories.
We will also be doing a prayer for the IBC. Tonight
on Look Up News, Azimio Chief Raila Odinga and his brigade to hold prayer rallies for IEBC. Pro-Ruto MPs oust Kioni as Jubilee Secretary General, replacing him with Kanini Kega.
For Sai, using more than 1,000 for meals in a day, it's a bit hectic.
Bei ya mboga iko bei ghali sana. Gunia saa hii inahusu 4,000.
And outcry over high cost of living in Mombasa. Once more, welcome to the broadcast. I am Nelima, and our sign language interpreter for tonight is Josephine Oko. Do stay with us as we bring you up to speed with stories that are making headlines across all of 47 counties. And the hashtag is #LookUpNews across all our social media platforms where we are at LookUp TV. Let's begin. Police officers have raided the home of former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i. The invasion comes moments after the court declined to compel a security company to avail CCTV footage of Matiang'i's current residence. Matiang'i, through lawyer Dancer Omari, confirmed the raid and noted that police officers acted against a court order which barred the investigators from forcefully retrieving the CCTV footage. Azimio leader Raila Odinga, who was at the residence, has condemned the attack, terming it as great injustice.
They are investigating, I don't know, a case of land in Baraka, but they are not reached a stage where they required Matiang'i to record a statement. That's what they said the other time. What is the urgency over this issue? Why should somebody who has been in charge of internal security in a country just up 6 months ago be seen as a very big criminal who should be prosecuted? This is actually persecution. But to add insult to injury, another matter. Just today, you've also seen a case where police again are being used to try to interfere with a political party. You know that some other members of a party, Jubilee, actually defected to Kenya Kwanza. And they say that they are no longer going to be part of Azimio coalition. And then now the same people went and said that they are taking over. They sent letters to registrar of political parties. The registrar of political parties just wrote, said that according to her, the meeting was properly convened. But that matter itself has not yet been concluded because the other party, the official, the bona fide officials of the party have not been given a chance to be heard. But today, the police officers went with these people and invaded the headquarters of Jubilee Party and they took over the offices there. Meaning that actually they're trying to destroy Jubilee so that Jubilee can be consumed by Kenya Kwanza. This is basically an intention of taking this country back to a single-party dictatorship. This is what we are seeing here. That they want to undermine the opposition, kill the opposition, so that they create one monolith, Mama na Baba. This is basically where we are going to. And this country is in serious danger of starting back to a single-party dictatorship.
Thank you very much. Have you been able to talk to Fred Matiang'i, and is he safe?
I've not talked with Fred. I'm going to try to reach him later on after this. I'm going to try to reach him after this, but I want him to actually stand strong. We've seen these things before. we've traveled this road before. Ultimately, the will of the people of Kenya will prevail. Where we are going through some very uncharted waters, very dangerous situation in this country. But I'm saying that Kenyans must stand firm against intimidation and blackmail by those who are in office, in power. The people's power must prevail at this moment in time. But this country also needs a prayer. They have been praying supposedly for the economic situation in the country, peace and so on. We need.
And of course, that is an ongoing story. Do keep it right here on Lookup TV, and of course also on our website and across all our social media pages. We'll be giving you updates as and when the story unveils. Moving on, the opposition coalition Azimio has reorganized its leadership in the Senate Assembly, kicking out errant members who have in the recent weeks dined with the head of state, President William Ruto. The Azimio Premier Raila Odinga says the affected members have been dropped from influential House leadership positions as punishment for going against the coalition's principles. And as our reporter Henry Tende now files, Odinga reiterates there must be far-reaching reforms at IEBC to enhance electoral justice for sustained democracy.
Emergency meeting of its elected members in Mansoni, Machakos County in the wake of defection by a section of its members to the Kenya Kwanza. Today, the opposition coalition Azimio has held a roundtable meeting in Nairobi and resolved to reorganize its representatives in the Senate Assembly, kicking out errant members.
The minority leader is Honorable Stewart Mazayo, deputed by Honorable Senator Enoch Wambua from Kitui. And the whip is Honorable Ledama Olekina, deputized by Honorable Edwin Sifuna. And that is our lineup in the Senate. This is because some officials who were there before have opted to now work with the majority party in the Senate.
In the changes, Jubilee lawmaker who is also the senator for Isiolo Fatma Dulo has been dropped from the influential position of chief whip and replaced by Narok Senator Ledama Olekina.
So I've asked our team to continue to represent Azimio effectively in the House. Azimio stands for the defense of the people of Kenya, the interests of our people in the House. And we want them to continue to articulate issues which are affecting our people right now.
With Azimio insisting it won the August 9th general election, Raila is now demanding that IEBC undergoes key reforms to enhance electoral justice for sustained long-term democracy.
Kenyans must defend electoral justice. People fought for a long time to bring multi-party back to this country. And they are not going to surrender that again and take this country back to the dark days of single-party dictatorship.
Odinga taking a swipe at President William Ruto for leading the nation in praying for rainfall and economy. Raila insisting the problems bedeviling the nation can only be solved through sound leadership and not persistent prayers.
The challenges that this country is facing today, the issue of electoral justice that we have been talking about. And this is not an issue that is going to die until it is properly resolved. We have shown beyond any doubt that the elections were rigged. And it doesn't matter how many times Mr. Ruto shouts, how many times he prays. The prayer is not going to help him to get away with theft of elections.
The Azimio Supremo maintains he will not tire in his quest to bring democracy in the country. Henry Tende, Lookup TV.
Thank you, Tende, for that story. And now to some more politics. The rift at the Jubilee Party has continued to widen as party's new leadership declares to push for the ouster of the old team. Speaking at the Jubilee headquarters in Nairobi, new leadership, led by the Iyala MP Kanini Kega, stated that the journey of reclaiming the lost glory of the party has begun. Shadrach Kareria with more.
The once bigger political party, Jubilee, is currently under the second wave of division. This is after the new party leadership accuses the old regime of misleading party members.
We have been cohabiting with our colleagues under the Azimio group, and having done an audit, we realized that we have been duped in a broad daylight. We have lost all our positions.
According to Yela MP Kanini Kega, who is the acting Jubilee Party Secretary General, disciplinary process has been initiated against Jeremiah Kioni and the Jubilee Chair David Murathe.
Lakini tunataka kuhakikishia kwamba kutoka siku ya leo tuko ofisini kihalali na tutahakikisha kwamba zile taratibu zote ambazo zinahitajika kufuatwa tutafuata, tutawapatia nafasi, na mwenyekiti amesema kwamba wale ambao wameambiwa wakae kando watapatiwa nafasi ya kujitetea, na ikifika hapo barua tayari wametumiwa na sisi tutahakikisha kwamba hakutakuwa na giza hata kidogo.
While defending his appointment, Kanini Kega stated that there was no opaqueness on his appointment, adding that the party has already kick-started the process of recovering its lost glory.
Yeah, one of the resolutions that we made is for Jubilee to be recognized as a distinct parliamentary party. We have been mistreated for a long time because there is nothing to hide. Some of the positions that were supposed to be given to Jubilee in Parliament were not given to Jubilee.
I'm a target of many people with reasons best known to them. I just want to tell them I'm a fighter and I'm not afraid. And I want to say, for the people who are being paid 2,500 to abuse Sabina, God bless you. I have nothing against you, and especially for the young people, please take care because you might meet hapo mbeleni. Mimi nitasema hivi, wanaokudharau siku moja watakusalimia kwa heshima. Watch this, Sabina.
Jubilee's ooze began after Kanini Kega and other Jubilee MPs met President William Ruto at the State House, where the two parties agreed to work together. The agreement that was highly opposed by Jeremiah Kioni and the Jubilee party leader, the former President Uhuru Kenyatta, who stated that Jubilee can't work with the government and that the party was still under the Azimio coalition. Great confusion, however, emerged when the Registrar of Political Parties approved the process in which Kanini Kega and other leaders were nominated to the party leadership slots.
Tumekuja kwa sababu jana kuna barua ilitolewa na na registrar ama msajili wa vyama kusema kwamba mkutano uliofanyika kule Nakuru ambao ulikuwa wa NEC ama NEC ulikuwa mkutano halali.
This comes as the old leadership has also initiated a process to punish the new leadership for betraying the party. Shedra Kareria, Look Up TV.
Thank you very much.
And away from the politics, with the economy deteriorating day by day, with many Kenyans forced to go out of their way to fend for their families, residents of Mombasa County are now calling on the government to intervene and stabilize the cost of living. Ian Keitani files the report.
With the Kenya Kwanza administration marking 6 months after taking over the reins of power, the cost of living continues to skyrocket, with residents of Mombasa County lamenting about the high cost of living.
Bei ya mboga iko bei ghali sana. Gunia saa hii inauzwa 4,000, robo tunauziwa 1,200. Hatupati kitu, unauza unapata hasara. Tunauza kamoja 10 na kitambo tulikuwa tuauza pisi 10 kwa 10. Kwa hivyo saa hii siko bei ghali, siko mara mbili. Gunia ilikuwa 4,000, saa hii na kitambo ilikuwa 2,000.
The residents and businessmen and women are decrying the high prices of foodstuffs, which continues to hit them hard financially.
The prices za vitu vingi vimepanda. Like before ukija na kama 3,000 unapata unaenda na vitu vya maana at least nyumbani. But unapata kutoka kwa upande wa mboga, upande wa tomato, kila kitu unaambiwa bei imepanda.
Kumi mazee imepanda. Kwanza kwa vitu hapa kwa soko sasa hazishikiki. Leo unaweza kuja unapata kabeji labda ni 25. Kesho unakuja na hiyo 25 unaambiwa uongo kijana. Vitu zilipanda.
According to the chairperson of the famous Congo Ware Market in Mombasa, the prices of commodities have shot up, with customers forced to pay up to 4,000 more for certain commodities.
Kuna masanduku kubwa ambayo inabeba kilo 200, kuna sanduku ya 160 kilos. Ile kubwa kabisa ambayo ilikuwa ni kama tuseme 10,000 ama 9,000, kwa sasa iko 14,000. Ambapo ile ambayo ndogo kabisa ambayo ilikuwa ni 2,000, sasa iko ka 45,500.
However, the residents are now calling on the government to intervene and ensure that Kenyans are well cushioned during these tough economic times.
First, tukiongeza maziwa, sukari, unaweza tumia kama 300 kwa sai. Lunch time pia utumie the same 300 jioni, labda watu wote wamefika nyumbani, kuna wenye hawako mchana. Unaweza tumia around 500, ambapo sai using more than 1000 for meals in a day, it's a bit hectic, na kazi bado unapata, ajira ni ile ile, labda hujaongezewa mshahara.
Unaona kama zamani ulikuwa at least ukiwa na 150 unajua hii 150 inanitosha per day, lakini sasa hizi hata 250 bado haitoshi. Sasa hivi unapata mtu anatumia 300 kwa siku.
Ian Keitani, Look Up TV.
Thank you, Keitani, for that story. Now, a section of elders from the Turkana community now want leaders from the disturbed region barred from accessing the area as the security operation to flush out bandits takes shape. Speaking to the press in Nakuru, the elders led by Justice Ekeno say they fully support the operation has roped in the Kenya Defence Forces and the elite Police Border Patrol Unit. The politicians have in the past been accused of using the uneducated local youth to pursue their personal interest, with some directly arming to protect the flocks and raid others.
Sisi kama jamii ya Waturkana ambayo tuko nje ya Turkana County, tuna support hiyo operation ambayo rais ameamua ifanyike katika hizo area. Lakini tunataka ikuwe namna hii. Tunataka hiyo operation ianze Pokot. Pokot ni mahali ambapo imekuwa ni mahali pa kufahamia jamii zingine. Akamate kwanza ile viongozi ya West Pokot wote mpaka governor aweke ndani kwanza. Na cha pili aweke curfew. West Pokot aweke curfew, 24 hours curfew. Ile kabisa hakuna kutoka. Hao watu ya Tiati, mtu naitwa Kamket, mtu naitwa Kosin, hao watu wanastahili kusai vile tunaongea iwe serikali wameweka hao ndani. Tunataka leo rais declare vetting illegal. Atoe kaseti notice ya kusema vetting ya Waturkana ni illegal. Sisi tunajulikana na hakuna uhalifu tumewahi fanya kwa nchi. Kwa nini watu yetu watoto wakimaliza shule wanafanywa vetting na mpaka leo nani vetting ambayo ina discriminate? Hakuna watoto yetu ambao wako na kitambulisho because of vetting.
And to a more positive story, after spending almost his entire childhood on the streets of Nakuru, David Kanyinge is now a graduate of medicine and surgery from Egerton University. This comes after he got a sponsorship from Street Children Assistance Network in Nakuru to fuel him to his dream. His journey from grass to grace is with Abigail Chira.
It is hard to imagine that a doctor could come out of such a bunch. It is said that our end is the beginning of God. As confusing as that statement may be, David Kanyinge cannot stop testifying at his life's transformation. After being a street child for a long while, David got introduced to Street Children Assistance Network in Nakuru in 2007, and there his story begins. He began school in 2007 at Jamhuri Primary School, where he scored 351 marks that earned him a place at Menengai High School, where he tirelessly worked and scored a B+ in his KCSE, after which he joined Egerton University to pursue his career in medicine surgery.
So I joined Jamhuri Primary School in class 5, and I worked hard because I knew where I came from, and I had a dream from that day, because I was told that SCAN is going to sponsor me up to university. So, and it's willing to take me to any university and the course of my choice if I performed well. So after class 8 I got 351 marks, and I joined Menengai High School. So at Menengai, I think I was among the lowest to join Menengai High School, but I never lost hope. I continued working hard because I knew where I wanted to go, and the motivation from my teachers here in SCAN and also my mom, who kept on encouraging me.
As Mr. Mweno Abdul describes him, 26-year-old David Kanyinge is a soft-spoken young man.
Currently, we are very happy that SCAN as a doctor, that is a medical doctor, that is David Kanyinge, who graduated from Egerton University. He did a course in medicine and surgery. And now SCAN is proud of him. And would like other boys to emulate him so that they can make it in their life.
Kanyinge cannot hold his gratitude for the support SCAN has given him. He particularly expresses his gratitude to Miss Susanna, who introduced him to this initiative.
There are very few people who can be willing to sponsor you throughout the learning process. So I'm really grateful for SCAN, and this is not the end. I remember I had a dream. We used to write thank you letters to our sponsors, and I used to say that when I grow up I'd like to be a surgeon. So that is still my dream. This is not the end, and I hope that I'll achieve that dream, and most importantly to provide for my family and to give back to society.
David now encourages his fellow young people to work hard and better their lives like he has done. For Look Up TV, my name is Abigail Shira.
Thank you, Abigail Shira, for that story. And just another story to remind us that our dreams are indeed valid. We take a very short break here on the program, but we'll be back with so much more on the other side.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Hello, yes. Can I make a Valentine order? Tapo tapo, yes. 2 flowers, 2 dresses, and sparkling red shoes. Tapo, alafu payment ni single wewe. Tapo tapo Valentine, what about?
Mwezi huu wa mapenzi, spread the love na Lotto Valentine's Double Double. Jishindie pesa taslim guaranteed kati ya shilingi 200,000 na shilingi 1,000,000 ndani ya daily draw, na mpenzi wako wa Valentine's atapata pesa kama hizo. Hii Valentine's prizes ni kibao. Kuna 10 fully paid couples holidays kila wiki kwenda Mombasa, Diani, Mount Kenya, Masai Mara na Naivasha. Sambaza upendo na Lotto na ujishindie hadi shilingi 100,000,000 ndani ya mega jackpot. Changamka, cheza Lotto. Tuma kati ya shilingi 50 na shilingi 1,000 kwa paybill number 77700, account name Luke. Changamka, cheza Lotto Valentine's Double Double.
Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. This message has been approved by the BCLB.
Are you a junior secondary school, a college, a TVET institution, or a university, and you want to advertise your intake? Book now and advertise with us today on both Look Up TV and all our digital platforms. Call us today on 011 0430 158, 011 0430 158, or email us on sales@lookuptv.co.ke.
Welcome back. This is Look Up News, and we appreciate you for keeping it right here with us. The hashtag is Look Up News across all our social media platforms, where we are at Look Up TV. Nancy Nelima here and Josephine Oko on the sound language interpretation. Moving on, boda operators in the Eastleigh area of Nairobi County have decried harassment and attacks by criminal gangs suspected to be of Somali origin. The operators have said they have been assaulted by the gangs on numerous times with the aim of kicking them out of business. Erin John Mukora now reports.
These are the head injuries that Joseph Nyamai is nursing after being attacked by a gang as he tried to save his colleague after an altercation ensued between the operators and the gang over the parking space they operate from.
Nikuja hapa nikitoka kupeleka customer nikapata majamaa wamenjaa hapa stage. Majamaa kubwa walikuwa wanakatalia hapa kwa stage, walikuwa na gari. Mimi kwenda kuingililia nikaona jamaa amekimbia kwa gari, amechukua panga. Kwenda kuulizia best yangu alikuwa anapigwa, alikuwa anaitwa Maina. Ako hapa. Nikasikia jamaa amenipiga panga hapa kwa kichwa, kungeuka nyuma nikapata jamaa ni panga ameshika na amenikata nayo hapa.
The operators saying their plea to the authorities and security apparatus has been futile. The operators now fearing for their lives as they have continued to be assaulted even after holding talk with the community's leadership through barazas.
Na watu venye mumesikia wamesidi sana na wametusoea, si mara ya kwanza ama ya pili. Hata hapa kwa hii stage kupigwa si mara ya kwanza, hiyo ni mara kama ya 3 hivi, na tunaendaga kuripoti, si ati tulipotingi kwa polisi. Serikali wakisika watu wanawaachilia.
The operators have also decried the construction of walls in the paths where they drop and pick passengers, saying it is another plot to evict them from the area. The operators have urged the government to intervene and solve the issue before it escalates.
Tulikaribishwa wakuwa na sisi hapa, lakini wametukalia, wataki tuongee. Orea kufanya makosa, ukienda report huko Karawa na kuchukua wewe ndio mwenye makosa. Hata uwezi ongea, usikie sauti yako huko. Ukijaribu kusema nini yako, right yako, Karawa na kukanyaga chini, andi Orea kona do. Na Orea wakikuja hapa hatukuwa na magorofa ndio, lakini wameleta maendeleo ndio, lakini sasa wanataka kutuweka chini ati hao ndio kusema. Mtu akinua plot ajanua barabara. Na wewe unasimama tu pali kadogo tu, lakini hapo Orea atakusimama. Orea akapata umeweka pikipiki yako hapa, anasema toa pikipiki hapo, atakuweka biashara yake. Ukiangalia biashara naweka hapo ni kudhulumu mtu tu.
Erin John Mukora, Look Up TV.
Pastoralists from the drought-prone areas have received animal feeds to salvage the emaciated animals that are on the verge of death in the 5 drought-stricken wards of Isiolo. Gladys Masharia tells us more.
Pastoralists in drought-stricken areas of Cherab, Shari, Sericho, Gabatula and Oldoniro in Isiolo County are set to receive supplements in form of pellets that will help restore the health of the extremely emaciated animals that are on the verge of dying.
We are here today to officially launch the distribution of 1,650 bags of livestock feeds to 850 households. Also, 2 genset generators that targets boreholes in Merti sub-county.
Isiolo leaders led by Deputy Governor James Lowassa flagged off 1,650 bags of livestock pellets for the distribution of 850 households across the 5 wards. They lauded the move by the development of the Catholic Church for the relief services.
Kwanza nataka kutoa shukrani kwa wale wote mumepanga huu mpango. Shukrani kwa wafadhili wetu wale wanatusaidia ili tuweze kufikia watu wale ambao wana taabu nyingi sana kwa sababu ya ukame.
The leaders noted that the livestock supplements will go a long way towards restoring the health of the remaining extremely emaciated animals that are on the brink of dying.
Nawiri is working with the county government of Isiolo to sustainably reduce the persistent levels of acute malnutrition rates in the county through a multi-sectoral nutritional approach.
The Deputy Governor Lowassa, however, said that some of the benefiting families from the cash transfer program had begun paying school fees for their children instead of buying foodstuff, calling upon other partners to complement the effort by the well-wishers.
Let me appreciate the aid from CRS and all the consortiums that have actually extended this aid to the wananchi of Isiolo. Even if it's going to the 6 wards, I believe Isiolo has benefited. We know resources are scarce, and it was a tough balancing act for you to budget for this. There are so many needs, but among the so many needs, you had to ensure that whatever is timely is provided to our people.
Gladys Masharia, Look Up TV.
And now to our last political story before we head to the sports. Former Defense Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa is the new Democratic Action Party leader and the party's 2027 presidential candidate. This is after the party made leadership structure changes to enhance the performance of the party. Wafula Munyinyi will lead the party as its chairman.
Honorable Ludovic Eugene Wamalwa takes over the position of party leader and, as earlier resolved by the NEC of 14th December 2022, becomes our flag bearer and presidential candidate for 2027.
Amekubali kuniunga mkono kuwa party leader wa pili wa chama chetu cha DAP. Kwanza niseme nimekuwa a friend of this party. Sababu ya ofisi yangu sikuweza kirasmi kujiunga nanyi na kuwa member. Kwa hivyo mlinipa title mbili, kuwa your patron and a friend of DAP. Leo nina furaha sana ya kwamba mumenikubali niwe kirasmi mwanachama wa DAP, lakini pia kiongozi wa chama cha DAP na presidential candidate wenu wa DAP. Hongera.
Now to our sports news. Sports Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwambe has today unveiled a 10 members of a Talanta Hela Council and Sports Technical Committee, which is held by sports journalist Carol Radul. The initiative is aimed at growing and nurturing talents from grassroots. Among the appointees by Ababu Namwambe include 2015 World Javelin Champion and former football internationals Boniface Mbani and Sami